Hello and welcome. This is the news at 10 on Nta News24. We are live in Abuja and I am Norlin Ebel Ame. First, let's take the headlines. President Tinubu returns after a private trip to France to swear in a new Chief Justice of Nigeria. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu flags off more grants to women petty traders in Nigeria. Federal government to revamp ongoing water projects nationwide for clean and accessible water.
It must be realized that the Chief Justice is not the boss or the
Let's begin the broadcast by informing you that President Bola Tinubu is back in Abuja after a short private visit to France. The president landed in the nation's capital early hours of this Friday. An earlier statement by the presidential advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngilale, confirmed that President Tinubu will swear in a successor for the just retired Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Olukayode Ariola. The National Judicial Council, NJC, had recommended the appointment of Justice Kekereku, the next most senior justice of the Apex Court, as the next CJN. Similarly, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Justice Olukayode Ariola as he retires as Chief Justice of Nigeria after a successful public service career. Justice Ariola served as Justice of the Court of Appeal in Kaduna, Enugu and Lagos divisions before his elevation to the Supreme Court in 2011. He was sworn in as Chief Justice of Nigeria in 2022 and had also served the nation in diverse capacities as a judicial officer. President Tinubu commends the eminent jurist for his services to the nation, noting his impactful leadership of the judiciary and his efforts in enriching Nigerian jurisprudence as well as in strengthening the fiber of the law. The president thanks Justice Ariola and wishes him the very best for the future. A statement by the presidential advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngilale, indicates that President Tinubu will swear in Justice Ariola's successor at the State House Council chambers today, Friday, August 23, 2024. Meanwhile, a valedictory court session was held in honor of the retired head of the country's Justice Olukayode Tajuddin Ariola at the ceremonial hall of the Supreme Court. Dele Atumbi of our judiciary desk reports that the session attracted who is who in the Temple of Justice, who came to honor a jurist whose tenure was full of imprint in the judiciary.
that the Chief Justice is not the boss or the employer of his brother justices. Not at all. He is not. He is only the first among equals. The Chief Justice must therefore not see himself as the emperor of the Supreme Court. The occupier must work with his colleagues with mutual respect in order to have a successful administration.
Justice Olukayode Tajuddin Ariola, a foremost Nigerian jurist and the immediate past Chief Justice of Nigeria, was born on 22nd August 1954 in Iseyin, the headquarters of Iseyin local government area of Oyo State, southwest Nigeria. Justice Aruola was called to the largest bar on the continent of Africa in 1981 after his university education at the then University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. After 11 years of private practice as a legal practitioner, Justice Aruola was appointed as a judicial officer in the Oyo State Judiciary in 1992. Justice Aruola was appointed to the Supreme Court bench on 22nd November 2011. After 11 years in the Apex Court, on June 27, 2022, Justice Aruola was appointed the Chief Justice of Nigeria in acting capacity following the resignation of the then Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad, and was formally confirmed as the substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria by the Nigerian Senate on the 21st September 2022. Justice Olukayode Aruola was sworn in as substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria on Wednesday, 11th October 2022.
Indeed, His Lordship came, saw, and conquered. He has made his mark and left indelible imprints in the annals of the Nigerian judiciary and the legal profession in general.
That even though you are retiring from the bench, you are not yet retired. We still need you so much. And I want to thank your wife, Ms. Aruola, for looking after you for so much, for about 45 years now, as a legal practitioner and as a jurist.
My Lord, Justice Aruola's tenure as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, although short, was quite eventful and very impactful. In these 2 years, we saw a number of appointments into all levels of superior courts of record.
His tenure witnessed the breaking of the jinx, with the Apex Court having its full complement of justices of 21 as enshrined in the Constitution. The salary of judicial officers, which was last reviewed 2007, was increased by 300% by President Bola Tinubu under the leadership of Justice Aruola. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, Nta News.
On that, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged the Nigerian judiciary to be resolute in actualizing its constitutional responsibilities. The president, represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, stated this at the public presentation of the book, Judging with Justice, the biography of Justice Olukayode Aruola, the immediate past Chief Justice of Nigeria. Chikunonsonwa reports.
The book, which chronicles the humble beginning of Justice Olukayode Aruola from Isheye town of Oyo State to a successful legal career in Nigeria, climaxing in his retirement as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, having served between 2022 and 2024 as the head of the judiciary in Nigeria. An outstanding career, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a message delivered by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, said exemplifies the ongoing transformation in the judicial sector.
I'm thankful for the support the judiciary has extended to the growth and development of our dear nation. Incisive judgments that provide extensive societal reforms, such as the one that recently liberated the local government councils from the shackles of financial lack, are critical to our society's growth and development. As President of Nigeria, I'm happy to have witnessed some of these laudable achievements. I hope his successor in office will carry on the torch passed on by his lordship.
Guests who cut across the legal profession, top government functionaries, the political class, traditional and religious institutions, as well as family members, commended the leadership qualities of the immediate past CJN.
Doubtless, His Lordship's many outstanding qualities were brought to bear in steering a successful course for the judiciary, with many noble achievements during his tenure.
This autobiography is more than just a recounting of events. It is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of integrity, and the impact that one individual can have on the lives of many.
On behalf of all the traditional rulers, we want to say thank you for the way you have actually carried that apex position. We want to say thank you for everything you have actually done for our great nation.
The man of the moment, who is also marking his 70th birthday, was full of appreciation to God for the grace to serve the country in this capacity.
I thank everyone for your wonderful support and contribution. I appreciate you for it.
As his illustrious legal career spanning more than 30 years comes to an end, Justice Olukayode Aliwola will be remembered for his dedication, resilience and remarkable contributions to the development of the judicial system in the country. Chukwunonsonwa Bueze, Nta News.
In other news, 44 persons imprisoned in custodial centers in Akwa Ibom State have regained freedom, with a call on the former convicts to refrain from criminal activities and become productive members of the society. Clement Berekwi reports.
The Medium Security Custodial Center in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, established in 1942, has a capacity for 613 inmates, but currently houses 1,942, highlighting the need for decongestion.
The Correctional Service with the new Correctional Service Act is taking it very serious. One of our very critical mandate of reformation and rehabilitation.
Justice Ekaito Bolt's visit here is part of her effort to identify and address cases of injustice and ensure that the rights of detainees are protected. Upon examining the case files, Justice Obot discovers that the released inmates have spent between 1 to 4 years without trial on allegation of cultism and theft.
Yes, we are told that your case file cannot be traced. And you've been here for more than 3 years, 5 months, having so stayed without trial, without being arraigned in court. It is adjudged that you should be released. You are hereby released to go and be of good behavior.
This amnesty brings the total number of inmates freed by Justice Obot to 44, following previous visit to Ikorabasi, where 6 persons regained freedom, 5 in Eket and 9 in Ikorekbene. Clement Barikui, Nta News.
37,000 women petty traders in Nigeria have received a sum of 50,000 naira business recapitalization grant courtesy of Renewed Hope initiative. At a ceremony in Asaba to flag off the disbursement to 1,000 beneficiaries in Delta State, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says the intervention is aimed at expanding the contributions of the informal sector to national economy. State House correspondent Adeni Itayo reports.
In their thousands and operating in different market spaces, they constitute the informal sector of the economy, whose success is critical to achieving economic growth. They have taken the initiative to start their small businesses and to move the enterprise along. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu and our Renewed Hope initiative team are here to lend a helping hand. Presenting the grant of 50,000 naira each to the 1,000 beneficiaries in Delta State, the First Lady says the intervention is expected to encourage the women and stimulate growth of small and medium-scale enterprises in the country.
A total of 1,850,000,000 naira will be disbursed to 37,000 women petty traders across the nation. Economic empowerment remains a core objective of the Renewed Hope initiative, and we have consistently delivered on this promise for both women and youth across the 6 geopolitical zone to supporting the economic reforms of the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR.
Applauding the intervention on behalf of her husband, wife of Delta State Governor Tobore Oborewori says the state is adopting the RHI template to drive economic empowerment for women in the state.
In line with this, my dear husband is supporting the empowerment team with the sum of 50 million naira.
That the intervention is coming from one of their own and a daughter of the soil gives more cause for cheer for the beneficiaries. The First Lady had earlier met the State Governor, Sharif Oboriwori, and members of the State Traditional Council at the Government House. From Asaba in Delta State, Adeni Itaiwo, Nta News.
Similarly, the Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI, and Economic Empowerment Program of Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has flagged off the recapitalization grants for 1,000 women petty traders in Kogi State. The First Lady revealed that a total of 1.850 billion naira would be disbursed to 37,000 women petty traders across the nation. Represented by the wife of the Speaker of House of Representatives, Hajia Fatima Tajuddin Abbas, the First Lady noted that the Renewed Hope Initiative is aware of the challenges faced by small and medium enterprises, SMEs, especially the petty traders, who form the backbone of the local economies. The First Lady of Kogi State, Hajia Safinat Usman Ododo, described the program as a significant stride towards empowering women entrepreneurs and enhancing their economic resilience. She expressed the hope that the grants would undoubtedly provide the much-needed support in helping women petty traders expand their businesses and improve their livelihoods. If you just joined us, this is the News at 10 on Nta News 24. Let's pause here for a break. Stay with us.
The electorates, internal democracy, credible process, independent umpire, security, and the rule of law. These are the catalysts that propel free, fair, and credible elections. Join us every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on NTA News 24 as we x-ray, dissect, and analyze the various components of electioneering and the prospects of democratic consolidation in Nigeria.
There is a breakdown in the structure of voter awareness. INEC is taking a backseat in voter awareness. Every political party has the duty also to play their role in voter awareness.
Electoral Reforms Half Hour, brought to you by Peering Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa, PACA, in conjunction with NTA News 24 and support from MacArthur Foundation. Keep a date with us every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. and repeat broadcast Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on our various platforms. Don't miss it.
Thank you for staying with us on the News at 10 on Nta News 24 and more on Renewed Hope Initiative grants. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, through her pet project, Renewed Hope Initiative, has reached out to women across the country with grants to support their businesses. Joshua Ojito compiled reports from some states on the disbursement of the grants.
Since its introduction, the Renewed Hope Initiative, a pet project of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has been impacting lives of women and the vulnerable in the country through various interventions. Recapitalization Grant is the latest intervention targeting 1,000 women from each state of the Federation to boost their businesses. In Jigawa State, at least 3 women from each of the 287 wards across the state benefited from the grant.
The grant provided today is to assist our women petty traders in overcoming some of their business challenges.
Women in Gombe State are excited as they smile home with the recapitalization grant for economic empowerment.
We appreciate the wife of the president.
I will improve my business with it.
Empowering women economically is not just a moral imperative, but a strategic one. When women thrive, their families thrive.
Wife of the Deputy President of the Senate, Laila Barau Jibrin, disbursed 50 million naira to 1,000 women petty traders in Kaduna State.
A total of 1,850 million naira will be dispersed to 37,000 women petty traders across the nation.
Also, women in Katsina State benefited from the First Lady Recapitalization Grant.
The grant provided today is to assist our women petty traders expand their businesses, create more jobs, and contribute more robustly to our economy.
In other news, Nigeria, in collaboration with the United Nations, is focusing on the transformative impact of digital technology in driving innovation and addressing global challenges, especially on the role of youth-led micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. This formed part of the messages at the Youth Day celebration in Abuja. Comfort Fashion reports.
Among the things that stands one out in the crowd is having the ability to take the lead in solving common problems. I asked if the youth, especially those with digital and technological skills, are ready to get involved in the task of attaining sustainable development goals.
They have demonstrated a high, level of readiness in embracing digital platforms or digital solutions and technology towards achieving sustainable development goals.
It starts with a mindset, and it takes a drive, it takes determination, it takes a dream.
As digital transformation continues to shape industries, youth-led micro, small and medium enterprises are in the forefront, leveraging technologies such as mobile devices, digital platforms and artificial intelligence. These innovations are considered critical to achieving sustainable development goals, with technologies linked to over 70% of the 169 SDGs targets. It estimated that these technologies could reduce the cost of achieving the SDGs by up to $55 trillion.
Excuses and progress don't work together. You have to make sure that you are deliberate.
The ability to explore, ability to make things happen lies on our young people.
Innovate to generate.
As we use the digital economy to really accelerate prosperity.
We apologize for the glitch there. And moving on, the federal government has pledged to revamp ongoing water projects nationwide as part of its renewed commitment to provide clean and accessible water to all Nigerians. This announcement comes as the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Joseph Utsev, inspected water projects in Osun State. Femi Afariogun has details.
In continuation of his 3-day inspection tour of water projects in Southwest region, Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation Joseph Utsev visited Ilesha Water Dam, Kajola, in Atakumosa East local government area of Osun State. After inspection, he made his observations about the dam.
Coming to this particular area, I have noticed that the quantum of water that we have needed for treatment to be supplied to the inhabitants is not enough. So when I was asking questions, I was made to understand that there is a consultant on this particular project to look at this and make notes, make recommendations for the best options for us to have the enough of water, the quantity of water for us to supply to the treatment plant, to supply to our citizens.
Osun State Commissioner for Water Resources, Mr. Sunday Oroniyi, expressed optimism about the minister's visit.
1,000 cubic meter per day, and it will cover Ilesha, it will cover Atakumosa, and Oriade and Obokun. So by the time this project finishes, I believe it's going to be a very plus to the government of Senator Ademola Nuruddin Jackson Adeleke and to the federal government. We have state component, we have federal government component, and we have the one.
The minister on the second day in Osun State also visited Ife Water Dam at Ogudu, where he also promised federal government intervention. Femi Afariogun, Nta News.
The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy is joining forces with the National Bureau of Statistics to enhance data collection for Nigeria's maritime sector for economic growth and development of the sector. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, also reaffirms support for the Badagry Deep Sea Port project, which he says is vital for Nigeria's economic future. Vivian Ezedafe has more in Business Package.
The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, is actively seeking collaboration with the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy to enhance data collection and analysis, which will support the growth and development of Nigeria's maritime sector. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, during a visit by the Director General of the NBS, Adeyemi Adeniran, emphasized the importance of effective data planning in driving economic growth and ensuring sustainable practices within the maritime sector. The minister expressed a strong commitment to leveraging data insights to showcase the activities and contribution of the ministry to the broader Nigerian economy, as he highlights accurate and comprehensive data crucial for formulating effective policies, attracting investment, and promoting sustainable practices in marine resource management. The MBS boss believed that by working together, both organizations will enhance the visibility and impact of the marine economy, ultimately contributing to Nigeria's overall economic development.
It's important for you to ensure the accuracy and the activity of data coming from you. I don't want to take forward to say MBS say this and say no, you can't substantiate on yourself. I think that's been my opinion.
We are here to see how we work together and make sure that we capture all the sectors, all the agencies under your supervision with all the things that they are doing and translate it into data to reflect the growth properly as well as the contribution to the economy in these times.
In another development, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy reiterated strong support for the development of the Badagry Deep Sea Port, emphasizing its critical importance to Nigeria's economic growth. During a meeting with Didi Ndiomu, CEO of Badagry Ports Development Limited, Oyetola highlighted the project's potential to advance both Nigeria's maritime agenda and the broader economic goals of the ECOWAS region. He assured that his ministry is committed to facilitating the necessary processes to bring these ambitious projects to fruition. With business, Vivian Izadif.
Elsewhere, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA in Delta State Command has destroyed cannabis sativa farm in Emu community in Ndukwa, west of Delta State. The destruction of the cannabis sativa farm is part of activities of the command's fight against drug cultivation, abuse, and illegal trafficking of drugs and substances in the state. Chinyere Okoli reports.
The State Commander Abubakar Wada, while briefing the press on the achievements recorded this year, said the cannabis sativa farm measuring 1 hectare was uprooted, gathered and set ablaze on site, while some portions were taken to the office for documentation. This achievement is significant in the fight against drug cultivation and trafficking in Delta State, as this operation will disrupt the supply chain of illicit drugs and contribute to a safer community.
We have seen situations where drug abuse have ended career of people. In some worst cases, even ended their lives. And the consequences are very clear to all of us, even in terms of rate of crime. When you see people engaging in violent crime, killing, kidnapping, in most cases, they are under the influence of drug abuse.
He solicited the support of the state government to establish rehabilitation centers in the 3 senatorial districts of the state, with head office in Asaba, the state capital. He expressed confidence that the command is determined to bring an end to the trafficking of illegal drugs and substances in every nook and cranny of the state. Within the year, the command has convicted 197 drug users and peddlers, with 227 pending cases in court. From Ogwashuku, I'm Chinyere Okoli, NTA News.
Another break beckons on the news at 10 on Nta News 24. When we return, more news.
My vision for our country is one of a just and prosperous nation where each person may enjoy the peace, freedom, and meaningful livelihood that only democratic good governance can provide. One that is open, transparent, and accountable to the Nigerian people.
Thank you for being there. Now, Minister of Niger Delta Development Abubakar Momo is appealing to youth of Niger Delta region to remain law-abiding and cooperate with government agencies as they work towards revitalizing the region. This was while presenting a scorecard of the ministry in his first year in office. Ekene Ndulue reports.
Abubakar Momo highlighted key achievements from his first year in office, showcasing significant strides in regional development. He detailed completion of major infrastructure, including new roads and electricity projects that have enhanced connectivity and economic activity in the region.
Notably is the construction of a Berigolo-Ogriagbene road in Niger Delta, construction of Intiga, Umuapara, Amuzu, Akanu, Isiahan Road in Obigwa local government. Then the rehabilitation of Okwala, Iguruta Road, phase 1 in Imo State. Construction of Etina, Market Road, Kid Square, Access Road in Etina local government.
Abubakar Momo says the ministry has adopted the Niger Delta Business and Investment Summit as an annual expo to showcase potentials of the region and attract investments. He noted that much is also being done in the area of human capital development.
Have empowered participants from the 9 states of the region with valuable skills in agriculture, ICT, and various vocations. We have also distributed essential equipment to farmers and entrepreneurs, provided financial support to SME, and rolled out initiatives aimed at improving agricultural productivity and women's economic empowerment.
With environmental remediation ongoing in the region, Abubakar Momo promised that no project will be abandoned. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulue, NTA News.
The Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission has launched a comprehensive investigation into a far-reaching scandal involving the supply of drugs to all 44 local government areas in the state. The probe focuses on allegations of fraud and blatant violations of public procurement laws implicating 48 individuals. Awal Salisu reports on the unfolding development.
A shocking scandal unfolded after a viral video exposed allegations that the state government had instructed all 44 local government councils to pay approximately 10 million naira each for drug supplies, with the contract controversially awarded to Novomed Pharmaceuticals. This prompted the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission to launch a comprehensive investigation into the matter. Chairman of the commission, Muhiyima Gajiri Mangado, revealed that preliminary findings shows that 38 local governments had remitted 9.1 million naira each for drug procurement, with half of the amount mysteriously transferred to another account.
We go around the local government, especially the metropolitan local government, on Monday, that is at the beginning of the investigation, we were able to identify that virtually all the local governments, with the exception of Taranu local government, none has received a single supply of these drugs.
This, he emphasized, constitutes a blatant violation of public procurement laws.
We are able to identify these people, and we are able to trace this fund, and we are able to locate the company who own the companies. We have all done that, and we are equally trying to look into certain nitty-gritty areas that was not even contained in the complaints, the earlier complaint.
We are ready to answer the questions. We are ready to cooperate with the investigations being conducted.
However, he contested the legitimacy of simultaneous invitations from the EFCC and ICPC, citing potential legal violations and indicated readiness to challenge this in court. In Kano, Awwal Salisu, Nta News.
From Kano, we take you to Sokoto, where Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad, wants the National Commission for Al-Majri and out-of-school children education to engage all stakeholders to take off the streets underaged children for a better and prosperous Nigeria. This is while playing host to the Executive Secretary, National Commission for Al-Majri and Out-of-School Children Education, Dr. Muhammad Sani Idris, at his palace. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa has more on this.
The National Commission for Al-Majri and Out-of-School Children Education was created to provide solutions to the age-long challenges affecting Al-Majri system of education and address the root causes of out-of-school children by implementing a multifaceted education system to combat illiteracy, introduce skills acquisition, entrepreneurship programs, and alleviate destitution, among others, in Nigeria. These, the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, described as onerous task that must be adequately funded by the government and supported by all stakeholders. This support to the Commission by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led federal government, he noted, is a clear demonstration of his uncommon commitment to the country's leaders of tomorrow.
The leaders must fear Almighty Allah. You must do the right thing by educating our children. Let them have means of livelihood.
Executive Secretary, National Commission for Al-Majri and Out-of-School Children Education, Dr. Muhammad Sani Idris, informed the Sultan that the Commission is created to provide basic education, vocational training, healthcare, and reintegrate them into the communities. The Executive Secretary emphasized the need for the state assemblies to enact laws that will address the issue of sending tender-age children to beg on the streets in the quest for Islamic education.
You have Al-Majri largely here in the north, but the out-of-school children are everywhere. The insecurity that we are witnessing today, the kidnapping, the Boko Haram, are all product of illiteracy.
Chairman House Committee on Alternative Education, Ibrahim Mustapha Raba, assured that the lower chamber is ready to ensure that the commission succeeds. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, Nta News.
And here in Abuja, the Nigerian Television Authority says its doors are open to partnerships with relevant agencies that provide content for the development of the television industry in Nigeria. This was part of discussions when the management played host to the Film and Video Producers, Marketers and Distribution Association of Nigeria. The Director General of the NTA, Abdul Hamid Dembos, represented by the Executive Director Programs Lawal Lalu, commended the association having contributed quality content towards the development of television programs and assured them of NTA's commitment to promoting national unity through its rich content and wider reach.
So that we can reduce or even not eradicate the unemployment problem we are facing in the country. So I want to give you the assurance that NTA will partner with you and we will continue to do so.
President of the association, Matthew Abutu, is convinced that partnership with the NTA will further propel progress made in the development of the film industry and other related professionals.
Self-sufficient right in the school. So we are really here to rub minds with the NTA to see how possible we can partner.
The collaboration between the two organizations is expected to expand viewership of film and videos in Nigeria. Child Care Trust, the pet project of late Stella Obasanjo to cater to the needs of children with special needs, has been relaunched. Elizabeth Omori reports that the move is to further amplify the need to provide all-inclusive support to this segment of society.
The Child Care Trust, located at Buhari Council area of the FCT, has the capacity to accommodate more than 100 children with special needs. This vision kick-started in 1999 by late Stella Obasanjo and has been functional, but needs technical support to offer educational and skills development programs for the children. Founder of Petra Speech and Early Childhood Development Center and the management of the Child Care Trust believe that if the center is properly funded, the children's rights will be protected.
This is with a view to enhancing their capacity for sustainable livelihood.
The relaunch is an appeal for collaboration, for sponsorship, for to make impact in our society.
Relaunching the initiative, key actors in child support insist will aid provision of specialized services. It is expected that governments at all levels, private sector, and individuals key into the vision to ease families of these special children the economic and psychological burden of meeting their needs. Elizabeth Omori, Nta News.
The Bureau of Public Reforms is seeking more collaboration with the Nigerian Television Authority to drive its vision of repositioning Nigeria's public service into a highly functional, professional and customer-oriented institution. The Director General, Dasuki Ibrahim Arabi, paid a visit on NTA management in Abuja. Deborah Balagbobo reports.
Director, Bureau of Public Service Reform, Dasuki Ibrahim Arabi, said the visit was to intimate the authority of its activities as well as congratulate the DG NTA on his appointment. Dasuki noted that since the setup of the Bureau, reforms have been initiated and implemented effectively. The DG BPSR said, with the kind of fake information on social media, a collaboration with NTA, the correct information on the Bureau's activities would be properly disseminated to Nigerians since NTA is known for credibility.
The new media is good, but the new media is dangerous. Where we give any gap, it steps in and something else happens. So I will encourage you to continue doing the good work that you are doing around providing information, while requesting you at the same time to join the various capacity development programs that we're driving to reskill and upskill the performance of information officers and MDAs.
Just like you have said, the social media has its place.
Agreeing with his submission on the harm done by fake news, Director General NTA Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos promised NTA's support to the Bureau to enable it showcase its vision, as the authority is fully equipped with programs that will enlighten the public about the functions of the Bureau.
For us in the NTA, we are very mindful of that, being a public medium. Our key responsibility is to protect the integrity of this country and its sovereignty, and also for the sustenance of peace and tranquility. And this is what we've been known for, and this is what we will continue to do.
DG NTA was honored as an ambassador of the Bureau in Abuja. Deborah Balagbobo, NTA News.
Minister of Works Dave Umahi has commenced design of all the failed portions of roads and bridges washed away by flood. This, he says, will be presented to the President without delay. The minister was making public the successes and challenges while implementing the renewed hope agenda on roads in Nigeria. Abdullahi Mohammed reports. All right, I'm told they're working on the story. Now, a convergence of applied information management professionals is underway in Abuja to brainstorm on the quest for economic recovery and managing information towards the national development and leadership. Justin Bemui reports that this is the 4th national conference in series on applied information management technology to be held in the country.
Conference is a major platform of the Association of Applied Information Management Professionals, where leaders and professionals come together to highlight and proffer solutions to critical information technology concerns. They have come together to deepen knowledge on diverse strategies of information management that would boost national growth despite the current level of the economy.
As a legislator, one thing I want to contribute to this association is to see how this association can become a think tank to shaping the legislative interventions and legislative laws that will be put by our government to regulate the information management space.
And over the years we have discovered there's a gap between having information and managing information. The crux of our problem today is lack of the effective management of information. There is nothing we need to make the country prosperous that is not within.
There's no way you can talk about socio-economic development without effective national security management, and likewise vice versa.
The truth about it is that we have embraced technology. We want to thank the government for the current initiatives. There's about 90,000 kilometers now of optic fiber cabling that's been put in place. So we want to encourage the government to continue to invest in technology and to encourage Nigerians to embrace technology, which will make our lives easier.
Today, whatever skill you have can be replaced. And therefore, it means you must be conscious of what technology can do. It's disruptive these days. Nothing remains permanent. And therefore, you won't want to say, because I have this skill today, it's going to remain like forever.
The Association of Applied Information Management Professionals was established in 2015. It is the primary organization responsible for ensuring professionalism and pioneering advancements in the practice of applied information in all sectors of the economy. Justin Bemui, Nta News.
This is the news at 10 on Nta News 24. Here is a recap of our major stories. President Tinubu returns after a private trip to France to swear in new Chief Justice of Nigeria. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu flags off more grant to women petty traders in Nigeria. Federal government to revamp ongoing water projects nationwide for clean and accessible water.
This is Nta News 24.
The present administration has reached a milestone in its efforts to provide affordable housing for Nigerians with the completion of 612 housing units across 13 locations nationwide. This formed part of presentation made by the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, during a ministerial press briefing in Abuja. Francis Udojo completes this report.
In his submission, Ahmed Musa Dangiwa said the housing units built under the Renewed Hope Cities and Estate program are part of the government's efforts to address the country's housing deficit, noting that the program has created over 165,000 jobs, both directly and indirectly, and has provided opportunity for Nigerians to own homes through various affordable ownership options. The minister said government is exploring a partnership with the World Bank to implement a national land tilting program aimed at improving land formalization and accessibility. He further stated that government has made significant progress in its efforts to establish a national social housing fund aimed at providing decent and dignified accommodation for low and no-income earners.
When we resumed office, we developed an action plan in line with the presidential priorities and deliverables of Mr. President. This was necessary to guide us in the implementation of the reforms initiatives that will increase the access to affordable housing for Nigerians, unlock the potential of the housing sector, and contribute to the economic growth and improve our urban landscape.
Other achievements highlighted by the minister include the expansion of the Urban Renewal and Slum Upgrade Program, with ongoing projects in 26 sites nationwide.
I want, on behalf of Mr. President, the Federal Minister of Housing and Urban Development, and stakeholders in the housing sector, to commend all the task teams for their good work and dedication.
Highlights of the event was the signing of an intent MOU with Shelter Africa Development Bank for housing delivery and the launch of the Renewed Hope Housing Booklet, among others. Francis Udojo, Nta News.
On political matters, the All Progressives Congress APC Benue State chapter has filed a lawsuit against the Ganduje-led National Working Committee on contempt of court. The 8-member committee had approached a high court sitting in Makurdi on Thursday to formalize the legal action and demand compliance with the earlier judgment, which restrained the National Working Committee from dissolving the state executives of the party. In a motion, chairman of the dissolved State Working Committee, Austin Agada, prayed court to compel Ganduje-led NWC to adhere to the decision not to remove them from office until the expiration of their 4 years tenure. The NWC had on Wednesday sworn in a 6-member committee led by Benjamin Omale to steer the ship of the party in Benue State for the period of 6 months. The People's Democratic Party has inaugurated its National Reconciliation and Disciplinary Committees to reconcile both aggrieved and erring members of the party towards returning to its old winning ways. Correspondent Timothy Yusuf reports that the inauguration held at the party's headquarters in Abuja.
This inauguration of the National Reconciliation and Disciplinary Committees of the PDP followed some grumblings and rumbling after the 2023 general election, as approved and constituted by the National Executive Committee and the National Working Committee of the party.
Without fear of favor. Without fear of favor.
The National Disciplinary Committee is headed by High Chief Tommy Kimi, with Eyitayo Jegede SCN as secretary, while the National Reconciliation Committee has Prince Olagunsoye Oyinlola as chairman and Senator Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo as secretary. They were charged to shun all personal and proxy interest in the discharge of their assignments.
Let's do the needful for this party. The party is still the party to be.
The truth must be told all the time. This party should not be allowed to die in the hands of these two committees.
The PDP must put its heart together and claim back power again.
We call on everyone connected with the party to help us in bringing back the path of glory.
PDP Board of Trustees and other leaders believe that the survival of the party going further rests on the committees. Timothy Yusuf, Nta News.
And that concludes the news at 10 on Nta News 24. Thank you for watching. I am Nolin Ebel Ame. See you at the top of the hour for the news update.